Welcome to Start Sit Different Day here at Club Fantasy FFL. Week 11, pivotal weeks as we march towards the fantasy football playoffs. We have a special guest this week, Susan Curran. She's known as the Gridiron Goddess over on Instagram, myself and Joe, and we are here to answer all of your Start Sit questions. Let's get into it. Welcome, everybody, to Start Sit Different Day. I'm your host, Joshua Hudson. Mr. Joe Zollo, my esteemed co-host with me as always. And, of course, our special guest this week, Susan Curran, a.k.a. the Gridiron Goddess over on Instagram. How we doing this morning?
Great. Doing great. Happy to be here.
I'm glad one person is.
Joe wakes up every morning and says, fuck, I got to do a show with Josh. God damn it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She hasn't been introduced yet, so.
Oh, give it time. Give it time. All right. As mentioned in the intro, it's week 11. We're answering all of your Start Sit questions. This is what this show is about. We have nothing to talk about unless you guys are dropping questions in the chat. So, as seen on YouTube, it is pretty much popping, which is great. So, before we get into all that, let's pay a couple of bills. No. Of course, our sister site, Women of Fantasy Football, and our great partnership with Trophy Smack. Check out trophysmack.com/WOFF. That's WOFF. Get all of your achievement-based needs. So, cool championship belts like this rose gold-plated one. You can also get championship rings, trophies, wall smack to decorate your office, hallways, kids' rooms, what have you. All of it is customizable, and you can get it all at trophysmack.com/WOFF. That's WOFF. Any and all commissions that we make from this great partnership, it's all going towards helping some fantastic women attend some of the NFL media events, i.e. the Super Bowl, the NFL Draft, the Combine, you name it. That's what we're here to do. So shop all at trophysmack.com/WOFF, WOFF. And, of course, I want to give a quick shout-out to Susan and her Gridiron Goddess store. And you can get this pretty awesome WOFF shirt over there, too. Susan, tell everybody your site and where they can find everything that you're working on.
So this thegridirongoddess.com. The WOFF shirt is there. I have some Taylor Swift themed merch. This says I dreamt of you all summer long. It's hard to see in the stream, but it has like of the play behind it. And so I've got a blog over there that has like tips for new commissioners, things like that. Because those of you watching, in case you don't know, my audience are new fantasy football players. So I'm giving pretty basic information for people who this may be their first season, second season, and that's who my content is for. So if you're new to the game, welcome. We're glad to have you.
I love it. I love it. All right, Joseph, hit us with some injuries before we get to these questions.
Surely, this will be a pretty quick one. Just like Netflix's live streaming capabilities, Trevor Lawrence is out tomorrow. He's the only quarterback designation. Running backs, Marshawn Lloyd, Tank Bigsby, Jamal Williams, Isaiah Pacheco, out. Jalen Warren is questionable. Receivers, Reynolds and Keon Coleman are out. Cedric Wilson, Devontae Adams, and Amari Cooper, all questionable. Tight ends, Laporta, Harrison Bryant, Noah Fant, Dalton Kincaid, all out. George Kittle is the questionable tag. Yes, I had been waiting till you asked me the injury report to make the Netflix joke. I can't wait to not watch that football game on Christmas Day.
You know what's so weird? I saw on Twitter, everybody was bitching and streaming about the streaming on Netflix and all that stuff. I had it on my phone at work while I was doing all my paperwork at the office, where nothing ever wants to stream. And I had zero issue streaming this fight last night. It was the weirdest thing.
So here's the thing. It's not the fact that Netflix can't do it. It's the fact that their servers couldn't handle it. So some people were fine, but others weren't because their servers can't handle live streaming capabilities. It's almost like a streaming service who's never done live streaming before probably shouldn't do live streaming, a la Prime Video sucking their entire first year that they had Thursday Night Football on it. So This is not a surprise. This should not come as a shock to anybody. So,
Right.
Whatever. Fuck Netflix. Also, fuck Jake Paul. That was stupid.
Yeah,
Nobody support that man. Do not pay for another one of his fucking fights. It's so stupid.
It was so bad.
Did
All
you?
right, let's get into some
I
of
didn't
these-
watch it, so
Consider yourself saved.
I had
Yeah,
2 small
right.
girls, so it's like we were doing other stuff.
Yeah, that's.
Consider yourself lucky. It was not.
I'm happy
fun.
for
All
you.
right. Smitty has been waiting about 20 minutes, getting in before the stream even started. Always appreciate that. He's got a 10-man full PPR. Jordan Love, Bijan Robinson, Jahmyr Gibbs, Justin Jefferson, Drake London, Trey McBride, Terry McLaurin, Brian Thomas Jr., Josh Jacobs, Nick Chubb, Amari Cooper, Deontay Johnson. What would you do in my position?
And Tyson Hill. All right, don't skip on Tyson Hill.
Oh, come on.
Better known brother of Taysom. Drop Deontay Johnson or sell
that'd be
him
the first
for a
thing.
2055 8th round pick. Your team's fine.
Yeah, honestly, he does come back with he's 6-4. We'll probably lose this week. I'm guessing injuries, whatever. The other person maybe had Saquon. Doesn't know exactly where to upgrade unless I just run it with the guys I have. One thing I would be interested in doing is trading for Baker Mayfield. So, Susan, how do you feel about trading for Baker if he already has Jordan Love?
I feel in not a super flex league, part of me wouldn't necessarily want. I don't want to have 2 because those guys, if you're not going to play them, I would rather use that to have somebody who you can put in your starting lineup every week. I do though think that I like Baker more than Love. He has just been on fire this season, and if we're looking at and you have to get to he's trying to get to the playoffs, right? So right now they're on a bye week, but he has a pretty good schedule up to week 15 and even into the playoffs. He plays the Giants, but after that, Carolina, Las Vegas, and then the Chargers, which they're middle of the pack. But his season coming up, I feel like is good. So I like the idea of trading Love for Baker. But
yeah, I mean, you could probably get
I don't think
another
I'd hold-
piece with that, though, like package
Yeah.
a wide receiver with Love, upgrade different areas. I think there's ways around that. Joe?
Jordan Love's schedule's fine? Question mark. Baker's is better by what Susan's saying, but in Chicago, that's basically a home game for Green Bay. Home against the Niners, dub. Home against Miami, that's a rout. In Detroit, that'll be a tough one. In Seattle, that secondary's awful. Home against the Saints, ditto. In Minnesota, fine, tough game. That's championship week. If you get the championship week, you're making your money back at the very minimum. I honestly, I would stay put unless you can trade Taysom Hill and Deontay Johnson for Baker Mayfield, which won't happen, but hey, you could throw it out there and see if somebody, hates themselves.
I was going to say,
and wants
Jamal
to do that.
Williams is out again this week. Could very well be another Taysom Hill 2-touchdown week, and that boosts everything up. So, people might buy into the value at that point.
Yeah.
Could very well be. All right, Anthony's got a question here on CeeDee Lamb. Is it full time to panic? Is there any hope that Jerry Jones will find a way to block out the sun, or will he just do more pointless interviews like he did at the Tyson fight?
Okay, so I live in Dallas. That radio show that he calls into every morning, that's local to me.
105.3 The Fan, baby.
Yeah, he is always crazy. I do think it's interesting though. I mean, that stadium's been open a really long time, and this is the first time that this has really come up. I don't care. My problem is not with the sun for CeeDee. My problem is with Cooper Rush. So, are you panicking on Cooper on that? That's a great question. I had an offer of CeeDee for Tyreek, and I just don't know what to do with even that because you're dealing with the injury. So I don't know that it's. You almost just have to wait and see another week to see what's going on. Because if they move to Trey Lance, it could be better.
Could be.
Versus
Maybe. Doubt it.
another one receiver who may have surgery. Like, I don't know.
I'm not panicking on CD. You have to hold on to him. He should be fine. The sun is hilarious. The fact that Jerry Jones built a stadium east to west is the dumbest thing on planet Earth, with absolutely zero tree coverage for those windows or shades. And the fact I don't want to take credit for this. I saw somebody tweet this, that the fact Jerry Jones did an interview during the Tyson fight and talked about how crucial it is, how Netflix is crucial to the NFL's growth over the next few years, with a mic that didn't work and then the stream went out a minute later. That's the epitome of what the Dallas Cowboys are this year. So I'm not panicking. Take this. The New York Jets suck. Aaron Rodgers sucks. Garrett Wilson's still a top 5 wide receiver in fantasy football because he's the best player on that team. Garrett Wilson was a top 10 receiver with Zach Wilson as his quarterback. Don't panic. They will find a way to get the ball to CeeDee Lamb, and if they don't, Mike the Monkey can kiss his NFL career goodbye and go coach some D3 college. So CeeDee Lamb will be fine. You just gotta. He's gonna have way more bad weeks than he has good weeks. You just have to live with that.
Yeah, I mean, he still had a 30% target share last week. Is it disappointing that he had less than 10 fantasy points? 100%. Those things course correct over time. Eventually you'll get a good matchup where CD's going to pop. Biggest thing is he doesn't have that top 5 weekly upside like he used to. You just have to kind of manage expectations the same way, like you mentioned, Susan, with Tyreek Hill. Like, that's kind of what we were doing when Tua was out, right? We know what Tyreek Hill is capable of, but you lose a lot of those spike weeks that ultimately come with the territory as a result.
Well, and generally the Cowboys schedule is good leading up until the playoffs anyway as well. So it's the possibility is better to not panic. Like, you're going to be okay.
Mother Nature was just playing against CeeDee Lamb last week. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Because if he had caught that touchdown, it'd be a different conversation. We wouldn't be having a conversation.
Yeah, 15 points.
Yep, 100%. All right, from Caesar, it's a PPR non-tight end premium scoring. He has to flex 3.
All right, skip the first guy.
Yes, but Rico Dowdle, the unquestioned starter now.
Number 1.
Skip the first guy.
DJ Hawkinson, JSN, DJ Moore, Tank Dell, Jalen Waddle.
Yikes.
Joe, who you sitting here?
Well, I have to sit 3.
Yeah, that's why I said, yeah.
And I'm sitting Dowdle, Dell, and Waddle. You will not convince me to start any of those guys. So
how can you feel comfortable starting DJ Moore right now?
I don't.
JSN, GK Metcalf is back.
I don't care about that. Are we okay? So who are we more confident starting, Dell and Waddle? What are we're grasping at straws here? This is
they're stealing. They're stealing for those guys.
This is who's the tallest midget, and DJ Moore right now is the tallest midget. Okay, this. I don't know what to tell you. This is Rico Dowdle should be unemployed. Okay, so he's out of the question. Hawkinson looks good. He's probably the guaranteed start, despite the non-tight end premium. JSN actually gets targeted. DJ Moore is the best receiver on this out of this entire roster here. Tank Dell doesn't get targeted. John Mechie's overtaking his job. Jalen Waddle had 55 yards on the first drive, then 2 the rest of the fucking game. That is out of control. That's insane. DJ Moore has to be the answer here. He's not, but he has to be the answer in this specific situation. They fired Shane Waldron. It's a new regime now, guys. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Chicago's fine.
Okay, you can't say Tank Dell's not getting targeted. He got 9 targets the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, didn't he have 6 in that Jets game?
Each week?
In
the last, he did not have a good week against Detroit. He had a good week against the Jets, and I mentioned that. I put him as a downside. But
they're playing Dallas this week, though, and they're going to have to focus on Nico because Nico's back.
Joe Mixon's about to have 300 yards on the ground. Joe Mixon's about to destroy them.
That's why I'm not big on Tank Dell this week, simply because they're just going to run the football down their throats.
Again, Tank Dell, Jalen Waddle, DJ Moore, all bad options.
Yeah.
DJ Moore has the most skill, and they just fired their offensive coordinator. That's the only thing that gives me hope.
It's the 1-game bump.
I was going to say, I feel like you can kind of make a case for Waddle only because it's a good matchup against the Raiders, and Tyreek Hill is banged up, which is why they went to Waddle so early in the last game.
Wrong.
But this is the Devon Achane game. They're going to run all over him. So it's gross, but I'm going to go the first three. I'm going to go Dowdle, TJ, and JSN personally.
Wow, that's crazy. Do you hate winning? Starting Rico Dowdle in your lineup? Do you hate winning?
I mean, he's producing, which is unsexy as it is, and none of those other guys are.
Is he? All right.
Look, at this point, they need to see what they have. Their season's lost. They've got backup quarterbacks in there. Why the hell
see what
not?
they have? The man's been in a rushing role for them for a year and a half. They know what they have.
Yes, but he's never been the unquestioned number one, Joseph.
Okay. Oh, no.
All right, Mr. Magic, start 2. Josh Jacobs, Aaron Jones, Cedric Tillman, DeAndre Hopkins. Who you got, Joe?
The last 2, probably. Tillman's the definite.
Yeah, Tillman's the 100% start for me.
Tillman's the definite. I'm forgetting who the Vikings are playing. Tennessee, yeah, no, not Aaron Jones. Yeah, I'll go the receivers. I'll go the receivers. Oh no.
Computer's cutting out.
Susan, we're losing you. There's room on the door. Grab on.
All right. Susan, I don't know if it's your internet, your connection, but getting a little spotty.
We'll get her back.
Yeah.
Sorry.
If you need to cut out and come back in, that's fine. You got the link.
We'll get her back.
You need to do. We'll get you back. For me, this is Tillman and Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
Pretty easily.
I would. Okay. Yeah, and I'm fine with that. Josh Jacobs would. Yeah, him and D Hop.
Yeah, against the Bears.
Yeah, and that's fine. I'm okay with that as well. I think Jacobs more consistent. I think D Hop can go over 100 with a touchdown this week. They're gonna have to throw to stay in that game. So.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
All right, friendly reminder, if you haven't already, hit the like on the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We got all the fun stuff here. And more importantly, use that super chat function. If you got pressing questions, it'll shoot you right to the top of the list. That's how we like to pay some of our contributors. Susan, you back with us?
I think so.
Yeah.
All right.
Who do you got, Susan?
I agree with the receivers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopkins has found he's found the role. Gonna get the hopefully help Mahomes as well. Get him rolling a little too.
God knows he needs that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. All right, from Chris. PPR needs 1 wide receiver and 1 flex. Cedric Tillman, Juwan Jennings, JSN, Tony Pollard. We'll get to the quarterbacks after.
The first 2.
Yeah, 100%. Tillman and Jennings.
Yeah, the first 2.
Yeah, Tillman and Jennings for me as well. All right, quarterback. You go in Stafford. Chris mentions he does have Nakua or Tua. Susan.
Who are they playing? I don't know who are they playing this week? Sorry.
Rams have
in New England. The Dolphins are home against the Raiders.
Oh, then I think I'm gonna go Tua. I think you're gonna have a higher ceiling versus the floor with Stafford.
Tua.
I would take Stafford personally.
West Coast to East Coast. The Rams have not done a good job of that. And
Stafford's a wily veteran. He'll be fine.
Okay, yeah, sure. How about the other guys?
I mean, look, they got 9 sacks on Caleb Williams. I don't think that's going to be a problem with Stafford.
Warm weather team in cold weather. We'll see how that goes.
He used to play in the NFC North, dude.
In a dome. I'm not worried about Stafford.
Because all the other teams up there are in domes?
He spent half his year in a dome. I'm not worried about Stafford. How about his receivers that play in Southern California all year long?
Dude, Cooper Kupp played in Eastern Washington.
It's not fucking snowy. It's rainy. It's not fucking snowing.
Not great weather. It's fine.
Okay, whatever. Tua.
Just to toot your own horn, Joe, a little bit. I like the bottom screen guy. Even when I disagree, he makes me die laughing.
Hi, Steve-O. Thank you. My goal is comedy and correct answers. So.
All right, from Charlene, would you drop Fryermuth for Jonnu Smith? It is PPR, but not tight end premium. Susan, how do we feel about that?
I don't know. Muth has been so quiet. Wilson has not been targeting the center of the field, which is where he operates. So that one's hard. Right
Russell
now,
Wilson
because of the way
doesn't like
that they're
tight ends.
actively getting Jonnu involved, like they are scheming him in, I think I would do that.
Yeah, Russell Wilson notoriously does not target tight ends. So,
Yeah.
Jonnu Smith.
Yeah, it's Jonnu for me as well. Dolphins, they're not throwing to their wide receivers right now. It's running backs and tight ends, which is surprising.
Which is crazy considering receivers take up about 100% of their cap space. So
100. Yep, exactly. All right, Caesar wants to know, we playing Jake Ferguson or waiver options, i.e.
Knox.
Taysom Hill, Tucker Kraft, Fryermuth,
Knox.
Jonnu, Dawson Knox needs the upside.
the worst team
Dawson
against
Knox.
tight ends,
Yeah.
Dawson Knox.
Yeah, I like
sure.
Knox as an upside option this week, especially with the with Coleman and Kincaid already ruled out.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. All right, from Flores, I think that's a new name. Welcome to the stream. Appreciate you.
Hi,
Would
Brian.
you start Anthony Richardson or Jared Goff this week, Joe?
Oh God, I'm gonna hate myself. Anthony Richardson. I am starting Jared Goff in a league, so I have no problem with Jared Goff this week. For reference, I'm starting him over Jordan Love.
They're playing Jacksonville.
I know. That's a good game. Anthony Richardson. All right, so here's about I hate Anthony Richardson. I think he's terrible. If there's one time Anthony Richardson needs to fucking prove something, it is this week in his first game back as a starting quarterback against one of the worst teams in the NFL. This has to be the week that he has to set course and do something. If not, I think the Colts need to just give up and say, you know what, we fucked up the Anthony Richardson pick. We need to figure out a different direction for our franchise. This is a perfect bounce back game for Anthony Richardson. He needs 2 rushing touchdowns and needs 2 passing touchdowns. That is not out of the realm for this guy to do, especially against this defense. Susan, I agree. Jared Goff is such a good matchup. I'm going to gamble Anthony Richardson has a better one.
I
don't
can't
like
do it. I
And
can't
that's
do
fine.
it.
I respect it so much. And that's fine. I'll go AR for the rushing upside.
Look, AR is one of my upside plays this week. I think he finished his top 12. I think anytime that Ben Johnson, the OC for the Detroit Lions, has a matchup where he can exploit the run, that's what he's going to do. And we've seen it with Jared Goff, 3 touchdown passes on less than 100 yards passing. So they're going to have fun. They're going to run up the score. This could very well be a 50-10 game, and 10 might be generous for the Jaguars with Mac Jones at quarterback, but this is going to be all running backs in Detroit, in my opinion, which is why I would personally lean Anthony Richardson. But he's got something to prove. And the Jets defense has been god-awful since fire.
Can he prove it?
Yep. So you took the words out of my mouth. Let's see it. I'm
not saying, look, I'm with you, Susan. Like, Jared Goff is definitely the safer bet. Fuck it, we ball. Let's have some fun. It's fantasy.
To be fair, I am more conservative player. Like
that's fine. Yeah.
I play for floor, not for ceiling for the most part. Depending on my matchup, but
this is also shocking for us because we collectively as a unit hated Anthony Richardson at quarterback 5. We said at best he's QB 15 this year, and that was a stretch. Now currently what we're looking at, so yeah, this show has not been high on Anthony Richardson at all. So the fact we're in agreement on this is scary. So yeah.
Well, let me ask you this, Susan. If you had this predicament and you played against Saquon Barkley on Thursday, would you be shooting for upside with Richardson or going the safe route with Jared Goff?
I think I would still be playing Goff.
She sticks to her guns. Yeah, that's like me. 3 running backs, first 3 picks.
Okay, so the thing is, with them playing the Jets, who is Sauce going to take out?
Sauce is going to take out nobody because he's been bad this year. That's plain and simple.
Okay. I don't know.
I agree. I agree. I think we need to get out of the mindset that Sauce Gardner's a lockdown corner. He has not been. He's getting roasted by tier 3, tier 4 wide receivers.
Okay.
And he doesn't travel. So if Josh Downs isn't on that side, see ya. Michael Pittman's not on that side.
Josh Downs plays in the
ya.
slot mostly anyway.
Exactly. If Michael Pittman's not on that side, see ya. Adonai Mitchell, gonna toast him. Alec Pierce, white chocolate, see ya. Sauce Gardner cannot cover any of them.
All right.
I am not worried about Sauce Gardner, and DJ Reed is a joke of a corner in the NFL. Their only good players are their two middle linebackers, Quincy Williams and CJ Mosley, and then big
and Mosley's out.
And Mosley's out, and big fat fucking Quinnen Williams right in the middle. Dog. That's it. Quinnen Williams can't cover Adonai Mitchell. That's the issue.
No. Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, Orange is in a tough spot. It's a full PPR start 1. Are you going with Audric Estime, Romeo Dobbs, or Jerry Jeudy? Or would you try to pick up Jalen Waddle or Quentin Johnston? Joe.
I want to give a quick sitting ovation for the Jalen Waddles on waivers in your league. That's so good.
That's great.
They listen to our Monday show.
Oh, it's so good. In this situation, I would drop Dobbs and pick up Johnston. The upside with him is probably the best out of all these guys. So that's where I would go.
Yeah, I'd pick up QJ as well.
I would drop Judy for Quentin Johnston.
See, I was going to say Judy, but the fact that if Judy has a good week this week because his matchup's so good, just fucking trade Jerry Jeudy. That's where I'm at. I don't want Jerry Jeudy on my team, but
I just know the matchup is too good for Jerry Jeudy to actually succeed because every time we think he'll do well in a good matchup, he drops the bomb.
Well, he drops, he drops the football, which is the big issue.
That's my point.
So,
yeah.
All right, for Millie. If Mooney's good to go, which he is, he was taken off the injury report. You got Jacoby Myers, Najee Harris, or Jaden Reed. Pick one for the flex PPR.
Well, it's Mooney, but
yeah,
because he is good to go. Yeah.
Yeah, let's just say in some fictitious world, the best guy to the rest of them, Najee Harris against the Baltimore Ravens.
Susan.
I like. Yeah. He's not going to catch any passes, and Myers has been pretty okay this year, but against Miami, and yeah, I think that's going to be the best one. Najee versus Baltimore.
You're getting 3 different answers here because I'm going Jaden Reed. So
that's fine. Reed is the highest upside.
Yeah,
Baltimore's defense, the exact opposite of the Ravens of the 2000 Super Bowl winning team. So
yeah, but
they basically have Trent Dilfer on defense now, but in all 11 spots. Yeah.
All right, another one from Orange. At tight end, would you stick with Taysom Hill or pick up Dawson Knox?
Knox.
Knox.
Yeah,
definitely.
Would go Knox.
That is in unison.
Agreed. All right, non-PPR. We're going the standard route.
Estime.
Starting Amari Cooper or Audric Estime.
Estime. It's a standard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always a running back.
Philip, get out of the standard league. That's my advice.
Look, we don't league shame around here.
No, I'm not
we
league
just tease
shaming.
and make fun of people. That's all.
I'm not league shaming. I'm just saying, Philip, if you want to have more fun playing fantasy football, go to a PPR league.
This is true. All right.
Super chat.
Oh.
Well, also, this one's easy. It's Dawson Knox.
Yeah, same question as before.
Yeah, that was the same question. There you go.
Dawson Knox. That one's easy.
Perfect. All right. From Steven. You going CeeDee Lamb, Deebo Samuel, or DK Metcalf in a half PPR? Susan.
Okay. Well, I can't start Lamb. That feels crazy to say. Who are the other two? I want to look at it.
Deebo Samuel and DK, they play each other.
Yeah, they play each other.
In San Francisco.
That one's tough. They're like...
This one's Metcalf for me.
I agree. I'm on the Metcalf train.
Unless, is Kittle going to be out? Because if Kittle's out...
He's questionable. I think he'll end up playing.
If Kittle's out, I would go Deebo. If he's not, I'd play Metcalf.
That's fine. I'm okay with that. And that's fine.
All right, then the defense question. You going Chargers or Browns this week?
Browns.
The Chargers play the Bengals,
Browns.
and the Browns play the Saints.
Chargers will get exposed this week. Browns.
Okay. Susan.
The Saints have been so bad. Okay. Yeah, but you're right. Browns.
Yeah, the Chargers are about to get exposed this week. They're about to allow 450 to 500 yards of offense to that Bengals team. Easy.
I have faith.
Joe
They
Burrow's
can do it.
Joe
I have
Burrow's
to play them.
No, I would look elsewhere. Joe Burrow is chucking another 400, and Jamar Chase might put up another 70-point performance in fantasy football.
Go!
It's just that Chargers secondary is not good. I cannot stress that enough. They're not good.
I know.
They
it's
have
gonna be
played
bad, yeah.
cupcakes up until this point. Cupcakes. Calvin Ridley and Will Levis were tearing up that secondary. That's it. You don't think Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase can do that? Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
You're right. It's the Browns.
It's
But I just-
no, it's definitely the Browns.
I have to.
I
play
just
them.
I need everybody to get off Jim Harbaugh's metaphorical wiener and realize that his secondary is not good. He created a good run defense. It's almost like he created Michigan in the NFL, guys. It's crazy.
I know. He took Michigan's defensive coordinator with him to the NFL.
He literally took Michigan's scheme of beating up on bad teams for 11 seasons until they finally got fucking JJ McCarthy and figured it out. And then would lose to Ohio State every year. This is Jim Harbaugh. He will beat up on the bad teams like he's done this year and then lose to the good ones. Welcome to the next 10 years of your life, Chargers fans. I know all two of you are very upset about that.
All right. One more super chat from Combat Cash Club. We going Cedric Tillman, Darnell Mooney, or Amari Cooper in a PPR league, Susan?
I think I'm gonna have to go Mooney. I'm worried about turnovers. Again, but I'm the safer play. That's the safe play in my brain because he's been so good. He's wide receiver 12 or 9 or something.
Dog.
So
can we play both Cedric Tillman and Darnell Mooney? I'd like to
That's
know who your other
literally my thoughts
options
here.
are.
Literally
Yeah.
my thoughts here.
yeah,
I want to play both of these.
They both need to go, but
Yeah, I would like to know who the others are. Because I agree. I would play Tillman over Mooney reluctantly if we're only choosing one.
I wouldn't even do that reluctantly. Cedric Tillman's been awesome, and the Saints secondary is terrible.
Yeah, but Darnell Mooney's also an absolute menace.
I agree.
And Riley Moss will get exposed because he's bad. So, yeah, I would like to know who we're starting over one of those other two. Playing Hopkins over those guys. Okay. Yeah, that's
I
fine.
would go Tillman and Mooney over Hopkins.
I agree.
Oh, okay. I will disagree and go Tillman and Hopkins. Okay. Okay. All right, you have two people for Tillman and Mooney, one person for Tillman and Hopkins. All you need to know is
Majority
Cedric
wins.
Tillman should probably be in your lineup.
Cedric Tillman's your starter. That's 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, one more from Combat Cash Club. Jordan Love against the Bears
Love me as
or Russ
undefeated.
against the Ravens?
Undefeated Russell Wilson. Excuse me. Don't forget that part.
Put some respect on the name. I get it.
That Ravens defense is horrible. Russ.
I'm going Russ, personally.
Yeah,
that Ravens
I agree.
defense is bad.
Yeah.
Russell.
The receivers are gonna eat.
It's going to be fun.
Pickens.
George Pickens.
I have
top
Pickens
12.
in one league. I'm
Russell
so
wants an
excited to start him.
avocado. Whoa. Sorry.
Yeah.
New girl reference. Little Russell wants an
And
avocado.
shout out to Caesar
bowl.
with the super chat, and just reminding everybody, hit the like on the video and subscribe to the channel. We like to have fun around here and give winning
No, we don't.
fantasy advice. So
No, I hate it here.
It's a great song.
yes, Joe, we hold you against your will. That's
fucking
exactly
hate it
what we
here.
do. So Gerald wants to know, we kind of talked about this earlier, will Anthony Richardson bounce back this week? I think he will.
If he doesn't, he'll be the next, face of the CFL. So that's cool. He needs to. That's the answer, Gerald. He needs to. I think this is his best opportunity to do it. He needs to bounce back.
I am of the no variety, but
And you're probably so right for thinking that. He needs to. There's no other way. He needs to. Jonathan Taylor needs to have 120. AR needs to put together 4 to 5 really good drives. The Colts don't have to win, but Anthony Richardson needs to play well.
I agree. I will agree with that.
I don't think he's going to lose his. You're saying he's going to play in the CFL. I mean, Bryce Young kept his spot.
Oh, so yeah,
Panthers,
no, that's a full-on joke because teams never give up on first-round quarterbacks, especially a guy with his talent. They just completely ignore the arm talent, which is weirdly the biggest part of playing quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
They see the size, athleticism, and speed, and they say, well, we can figure out something with him. And Trey Lance has been in the league for 5 years, and nothing's been figured out. So this is, again, if he doesn't, this is going to turn out to be another Trey Lance situation. All the size, all the speed, all the intangibles in the fucking world. He just can't throw. He just can't throw. If Tim Tebow could throw, Tim Tebow would be one of the best fucking quarterbacks to ever live in existence. The issue is 95% of the job at quarterback is completing a pass. And Tim Tebow nor Anthony Richardson could do that.
It's like Florida has a problem.
Who would have thought?
Combat Cash Club wants to remind us the undefeated was actually in reference to Jordan Love because Love is undefeated against the Bears. And Matt LaFleur has never lost to the Bears. So there you go.
And I don't think that changes this week because the Bears suck.
Yeah, they're not.
Yeah.
I don't think that changes. It just Russ has such a good matchup. He has such a good matchup.
And he's been doing well.
Yes, he's been playing well.
He's been playing very well. So
agreed.
No.
Agreed. All right, another one from Steve-O. Is Jake Ferguson even worth the roster spot when they have David Njoku? Susan.
No.
Yeah.
Is your name Susan? Jesus.
Well, we both answered in unison. I knew what her answer was going to be. She's a smart girl. She's a smart gal.
Yeah, no, you can drop him.
Yeah.
Go trade him for Jonnu Smith.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, shit, if you can get Jonnu Smith for Jake Ferguson, I'd do that.
Or even Davis Allen at this point.
Oh, shit.
Like, if you're, like, desperate.
How about Marquez Valdez-Scantling?
Oh, my gosh.
Dude, we've already had his best game of the year.
Yeah, he gets the one. He gets the
Look
one.
out.
Nobody plays him, and they try. And
Sammy Watkins still in the league? Can we trade for him? See, I don't know.
Might be better value at this point.
Yeah.
All right, from Kai, are you taking a chance on T. Higgins in his first game back, Cedric Tillman or Juwan Jennings? It is a half PPR. They have A.J. Brown. Didn't quite go off, but had an okay game. What do we think here, Susan?
That's so scary because he does this thing where he starts and then he doesn't play again. And Tillman, both... Personally, I think I would play Tillman and Jennings over Higgins.
Yeah, if I could do that, I would.
Yeah.
Either one of those guys.
If T. Higgins stays healthy the whole game, he's good for 2 touchdowns. That is a massive if. So to me, it's Cedric Tillman. I like both Tillman and Jennings, but if we're either of them, it's Tillman. But I agree. Get Tillman.
I would
Jennings
rank them Tillman, Jennings, and then Higgins, truthfully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. From Sharon, needs to start 3. So who are we sitting out of Chase Brown, J.K. Dobbins, Aaron Jones, or Josh Jacobs? Susan.
Jones.
Yeah, I hate Chase Brown's matchup, but I think he has higher upside. Aaron Jones.
Brown's going to get passing work. At least.
Exactly. Yeah, and Jones is he still he's still questionable?
He's still questionable, I believe.
Yeah, so that I don't like that.
Or at least was earlier in the week, and they may have taken him off. But
yeah, Brown, Dobbins, Jacobs.
Yeah, that's where I would go as well. All right, from Chris, we going Mark Andrews this week with Isaiah Likely back, or Tucker Kraft. Joe.
It's a vision game. I'll go Andrews. I think it's a tough. I know both
games.
I know both the division games, but one matters. So Andrews.
Yeah, I'm going Andrews as well. You may not get the yardage. You're not going to get the yardage probably, but he's the end zone target.
He'll find the end zone.
I don't know when Andrews and Likely play together. likely seems to get those end zone targets. So,
Okay, cool.
I don't know. We'll see. But I'm leaning Tucker Kraft. The dude's been balling this year. And I feel like people are just forgetting about him because the Packers were on a bye last week.
He's great.
Just my personal thoughts. All right, from one. Would you drop? Who would you drop for Brock Purdy? He's got Baker Mayfield on a bye. Bench is Madison, Travis Etienne, Jacoby Myers, Jawan Jennings. Still have Jefferson Mooney, Josh Downs, Ramondre, Brees Hall, Kieran Williams, Kenneth Walker. Holy crap!
You in no world need Alexander Madison on your team.
Correct.
Yeah, no.
In no world you need Alexander Madison. Get rid of him.
Yeah, that's who I would.
Yeah.
drop. Yeah, clean sweep.
Honestly, with your running backs, you don't need Travis Etienne. So
Also, yeah.
yeah, get rid of Madison.
See if you can trade ETN away for something else.
Yeah, for a
That could work
receiver.
too, yeah. All right, Dave is needs to start 2. So bench 1 out of Devontae Adams, George Pickens, Deebo Samuel. Susan.
Okay, so you're starting Pickens, hands down.
Mhm.
And I would go Debo here. The Jets are just so bad.
Devontae Adams. See ya.
Yeah.
Yeah, Deebo typically does pretty well against the Seahawks, if I remember correctly. I think
And
I would
Devontae
sit
Adams
here.
typically doesn't do well when he's a Jet. So
Sees a lot of
You've gotten
targets
one
though.
game. You've gotten one good game out of him so far.
yeah, and the
this
one
season.
and the touchdown he had was against a safety. So
Yeah.
on a short week. Yeah, Devontae Adams,
right,
Aaron
another
Rodgers
one.
really saving that team.
Another one from Dave. You going Tucker Kraft or Will Disley? Susan.
Yeah. So the Bears. Who are the Chargers playing again?
Bengals.
Bengals.
Sunday Night Football.
So they're gonna have to keep up. Oh man, I think I'd go Disley in this.
I'll go Kraft. I'm not starting Will Disley.
I like Will.
The only time Will Disley was worth starting is when literally none of the wide receivers in for the Chargers were healthy. I'm going Kraft personally.
I think they're gonna have to shut something down. It makes sense. I just really like Will Disley too. So
Yeah,
Fair enough.
they're going to have to throw to stay in the game. That's
No,
very
that's
fair.
true. It's true. All right. FBTP's got Jaden Daniels. Should they pick up Bo Nix not only for the bye, but to play for the matchups? Joe, what do you think?
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, I'm with you on this one. Jaden Daniels is not, the rib injury is clearly bothering him. He's not pushing the ball down the field as well, which obviously then limits how often he's willing to take off and run. And we kind of
Mhm.
saw that on Thursday. Bo Nix has
Yep.
been a top 10, top 12 quarterback all season. There's no reason he should be on a bye anyway. But if I'm not mistaken, don't both of them have week 14 buys?
Let's look.
I don't know. I don't pay attention to bye weeks until they show up on my fantasy roster.
Yes. Broncos are on 14.
Yeah, so they're both on buys. So you may need a week 14 pivot as well, but with you on this one. They're fine.
Not the top 3 rookie quarterbacks all having a week 14 bye. Bo Nix, Jaden Daniels, Drake May. Yes,
Drake
I
May,
did say
yeah.
top 3 rookie quarterbacks. Thank you very much, Caleb Williams, you piece of shit. Next question.
Oh, man. From Charlene.
Davon Vale.
You going
I
Devon
so-
Vele, Raheem Mostert, or Tyler Lockett in Scott Fishbowl scoring? Susan.
Oh gosh. Not Bailey. Sutton is getting the targets. Has Mostert been getting the first downs? Because that gives
Mostert's
you
been getting
extra and
mop-up
Scott
duty at this
Fish.
point, so.
Yeah, I think I'd have to go Lockett here.
Joe.
Yeah, probably. With these
I really
options.
want to say Mostert just because of the 0.25 per carry or first down, and you get like first down bonuses as well. But Mostert needs that game, right? Like he
Yeah.
hasn't really had that game yet where like
Yeah.
he's really like showed that, you know, he's still got some juice. I feel like this is the week for that.
Is it?
I mean, the Raiders suck.
Yeah, and so do the
It's a
Miami
home
Dolphins.
game,
So
it's
I
in
think they need
Miami.
I think they need all their starters to figure it out before the backups come in.
I mean, that's fair. Mostert's still considered a starter, though.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Get Jeff Wilson Jr. in there as the backup then. Let's get him some fucking touches. Tyler Lockett.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go Lockett too.
I think I would go Lockett here too. The only thing that worries me with Lockett with Metcalf back is he's just not going to see as many targets. I feel like I'm talking myself out of this.
That's fine. He'll catch a touchdown.
Yeah, he probably will. All right, from Tay, need help at tight end. He's got Evan Ingram, Dalton Schultz, running backs, Barkley, Mixon, Jacobs. Should I trade Jacobs and Schultz for Bowers and Njoku? I don't know that you need 2 tight ends.
I would do Jacobs and Schultz for Bowers.
Yeah. I mean, if you can get Njoku, sure, why not? I'd trade him then after that, but
yeah, you don't need 3 tight ends on your roster.
Yeah, and then drop Schultz.
Yeah. So I would just do it for Bowers. Unless you're using Njoku as
fair.
Yeah.
If they've already offered, if that's the offer, then take Njoku
take
and trade.
And then just trade
one of them away.
Njoku, yeah, that's how I would look at it, because like you guys said, you don't need Ingram, Bowers, and Njoku unless it's a tight end premium. So
and if you have, the question is, do you want to trade away your running back depth, right? Because you're getting rid of Jacobs. As long as you have something for bye week fill-ins, I guess
Mixon and Barkley
both had theirs.
buys.
Yeah, they both had their buys, so they're chilling.
Okay, then yeah.
I mean, I'm guessing there's a little bit more depth at running back if you're willing to trade Jacobs. But that's the thing. I don't love, like, trading depth at running back for depth at tight end makes 0 sense. So unless you've already got a trade worked out where you can trade Njoku for, I don't know, let's say Brian Robinson Jr., or Tyrone Tracy, or somebody like that, then I'm fine with it, right? But you don't need Ingram, Bowers, and Njoku.
Yeah, Bowers just has been so good. So that really is an upgrade.
No, absolutely getting Bowers is what you want to do. I agree.
So, yeah.
All right. Another one from Charlene. It's Megalobowl from the Fantasy Footballers. You going Evan Ingram, Hunter Henry, or Pop Douglas? Susan.
Do they have any weird scoring things? I don't remember. I'm not playing.
I think they do. I don't play in the Megalobowl, so I don't know off the top of my hand what any unique scorings are there.
It doesn't matter. Hunter Henry.
Yeah.
Even over Pop?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. She'll swap Taysom to the tight end spot over Evan Ingram. I would do that. Evan Ingram's useless with Mac Jones at quarterback.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
And the Rams are better against wide receivers than they are tight ends when you're looking at points above expected.
And the Patriots target the tight end more than they target the receivers.
That is true. That is true. All right, another one from Charlene. You going Khalil Herbert or Alexander Madison? Yes, it's gross. She knows. 0.5 point per touchdown, 0.25 per carry.
Madison.
He's still he's like transitioned to the number 1 over there. So he's going to get the work at least.
Yeah, Herbert has a bad matchup and is not the number 1.
Yeah, I can't hold on to the football either. So there's that. All right. From Quincy, needs to sit 1. Going CeeDee Lamb, Juwan Jennings, Debo, Mooney, or Cup. I think we can all collectively say CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb.
Yes. Which is crazy, but yes. CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, that's kind of where I would go as well. All right. Another one from Quincy. Start 2. So who you sitting out? Russ, Drake May, or Tua? Susan.
Well, you're starting Russ. Sorry, I've got to look at my stuff. I think I'm sitting Drake May.
May is a higher floor with the rushing upside, but
and he's been playing pretty well the last several weeks.
Yeah, I'd probably still sit Drake May.
I am actively starting Drake May over Tua in one league, so I will say sit Tua.
That's fine. I'm between those two. I think May has a better floor. Tua has a much higher upside this week. So
if they decide to throw, I agree.
Yeah.
That's like I think the game script's going to be run. So
that's fine. But even some dump offs to Achane could result in some screen pass touchdowns.
That is fair. All right. From Zentor over on Twitch, it is standard scoring. So who are we benching out of Romeo Dobbs, Tucker Kraft, or Dawson Knox? They played against Saquon, and they're fighting for a playoff spot, so need some upside here. Who are we thinking, Susan?
Probably Dubs. I'll
Yeah,
start Kraft and Knox.
Yeah, Romeo Dobbs has never had upside in the same sentence, so Kraft and Knox.
I was going to say, I personally would sit one of the tight ends. You tend to get better pop weeks out of wide receivers than tight ends. So if you're chasing for a playoff spot and you need the upside, Romeo Dobbs has that, I think, more than
Well,
anybody.
except because it's standard, is Kraft getting more looks in
It's
the
not
end zone?
PPR.
No, I understand that. Yeah. I mean, you're looking for yards and touchdowns at that point. Romeo Dobbs scores touchdowns.
So does Tucker Kraft.
Pretty sure that Dobbs has more touchdowns this year than Kraft.
Well, let's look.
That's what I'm going to look up right
about
now.
that one.
Let me see.
Going Kraft and Knox. You want to stick with the tight ends here. Knox has the best upside out of all these guys.
That I agree with.
And Kraft has the higher touchdown upside in that game. The Bears cannot cover
Dobbs does only have 2 touchdowns this year. That's
yeah, and Tucker Kraft had that in one game.
Yeah.
So Tucker Kraft.
Tucker Kraft has 5 touchdowns for the season.
All right. Stand corrected.
Because Dobbs is bad. Tucker Kraft.
Dobbs is reliable.
Is he reliable?
He is for Jordan Love. He looks his way.
Yeah, that's cool. Awesome.
So,
2 touchdowns. Tucker Kraft.
All right. Fuck it. We ball. Go the tight ends.
Yeah. From the guy who hates tight ends.
Yeah, right. All right. Another one from Twitch. Would you start Brian Thomas Jr. or Ricky Pearsall? Let's start there before we go to the tight ends. Joe.
Pearsall.
Yeah.
Susan.
Easy.
Yeah, it's Pearsall for me. I don't want anything to do with any Jaguars player with Mac Jones at quarterback.
Yep.
And same
Staying
thing,
on the tight
Tucker
end side.
Kraft.
Yeah, Tucker Kraft or Evan Ingram. Let's go Kraft. Stay away from the Jaguars.
Yeah, Kraft. Easy.
Yeah.
All right. This Joe Love throughout the show is really driving me crazy. Millie, come on, man. What are we doing here?
Guys,
we have a guest. Let's show her some love.
I'm
All right.
hilarious. I don't know what to tell you.
All right. Sit one. Ramondre, Mari Cooper, isn't he out? Yeah, we already ruled him. Or
No, he's questionable.
It's Keon Coleman that's out. Okay.
Keon Coleman is
Yeah.
officially out. Cooper's questionable.
I'm sitting Cooper.
Sitting Cooper.
Yeah, I would also sit Cooper here.
Even if he's healthy, sitting Cooper.
Yes.
Yeah, right. All right. Start Josh Downs, TJ Hawkinson, DJ Moore, or Michael Pittman at the flex. It's PPR. Susan.
Hawkinson.
Yeah, Hawkinson.
Yeah.
Neither of the Colts receivers with Anthony Richardson at quarterback and DJ Moore. And it's not DJ Moore. The Bears offense has been unreliable. DJ Moore's open. Watch the fucking tape. Caleb Williams can't find him.
Yeah, it's Hawkinson for me as well.
Mm-hmm.
If Flacco was playing, I'd probably lean Downs, but I can't get on board with that.
Yep.
Just not. All right. Hawkinson it is. All right. From Crooners, would you start Mark Andrews or Hunter Henry, Higgins or London with the Denver matchup?
He
Let's start
says,
at the tight end.
Said played Saquon, so he needs upside. Of all these guys, your upside lies in Higgins and Hunter Henry.
Yeah.
You're down a lot. So Drake London does not have a high ceiling with Patrick Surtain. T. Higgins, yes, he's injured. Yes, we may think he could be out in the second play of the game. If he plays the whole game, he's guaranteed a touchdown. He's probably finding 80 yards at least. So T. Higgins has your upside easily.
See, that's what I hate, because anytime it comes to upside, I always want to bet on the better player, even if the matchup sucks.
Call both of these guys healthy, and I'm the biggest Drake London fan out there. I've been a fan since I saw him in college for one game. I was like, that guy's going to be good. T. Higgins is also very good when he is
T. Higgins
healthy.
also has a better wide receiver in front of him in Jamar Chase. That's my problem with this.
Okay, great. I'm sure Jim Harbaugh is going to try and double team him. Not going to work, but he'll try. T. Higgins has the higher upside. Listen, crooners, you already said it there. Goat Joe, thank you. All right? You heard Susan and I both agree. Clearly, you know who the smarter two people are in the stream. I think you know where to go.
Yeah. Whatever. All right, another one from Jason. Sit one. Nick Chubb, Amari Cooper, or DJ Moore? Susan.
Oh my gosh, gross. Okay, so you're starting Chubb.
Yeah.
I worry about what the injury status is with Cooper. I would start him over DJ Moore though, if I had to.
DJ Moore.
I don't know.
Do I like it? No. Am I the biggest DJ Moore fan? Yes, I've drafted him in the 4th or 5th round the last, basically since he's been in the league. So I know he's open on every play. I also know Shane Waldron had no fucking clue how to tell Caleb Williams to throw it before DJ Moore is out of his break. Did you see that replay where he was fully covered by Marcus Jones and then hit his break, and Marcus Jones was about 5 yards off of DJ Moore because that's how good he is at route running? If they tell Caleb Williams throw before he's out of his break, DJ Moore will catch it, maybe we'll learn something. I trust that more than an Amari Cooper injury. If Cooper was fully healthy, I would go Cooper, but injuries.
Yeah, Cooper's really struggled staying healthy since the trade.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to sit Cooper. I don't love starting DJ Moore, but
trust me, I don't either.
Offensive coordinator change, it'll switch things around for you.
I have him in almost every league. Trust me, I don't either.
All right. Jason says traded Tony Pollard to get CeeDee Lamb. Did they win or no? Susan, what do you think?
I would not have done that. I don't think. If I didn't have, because while he's not been good, I don't. Well, I don't know. Go to Joe first. I'm talking myself out of it as I start to talk because it's go to Joe. I don't know.
Surface level of the trade. Yes, you won.
Yes, that's my problem.
If Tony Pollard if you played hero RB, which there's no way you did because you would not have to trade for CeeDee Lamb at that point unless all your guys got hurt. If Tony Pollard was your RB2, that's scary because you probably don't have anybody better behind him. Yes, you have Nick Chubb. You just asked that question. But on the surface, yes, I need to know who your other running backs are. I could care less. So it's Mixon, Barkley. Yeah, you won the trade.
Okay. Then
Mixon, Barkley, Achane, Tracy, and Chubb. Yeah, you can get rid of Tony Pollard.
Okay. Joe, you did it for me. Thank you. I was like, because it's definitely on the surface. You look like it and you're like, heck yeah, you won that. But then you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, exactly. You just have to know the situation. If he had said, if he had said he had even if he had just Saquon, it would have been like, yeah, you're fine. That's a carry right there. But if he had said Tyrone Tracy and Nick Chubb, that's tough. But Mixon, Barkley, Achane, you
then yes, 100%.
You're never playing Tony Pollard.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Honestly, at this point, you may not ever be playing CeeDee Lamb either. So
look at that. Great. You just trade a bench player for bench player.
Yeah. I mean, Tony Pollard has been the epitome of an RB2 this year. There's been no real upside outside of that. So
but he's been consistently.
No, I agree. He's been consistent, but it's you're trading consistency for not only inconsistency, but CeeDee Lamb has the level of talent and the pop weeks to make this the CeeDee Lamb side all day, every day.
Yeah, agree. Yeah, no, it's CeeDee Lamb. Okay. Easily.
And I just want to address this really quick. Nobody in their life has ever called me a fucking hipster. And the only thing I know about rugby is a scrum. And that's it.
What do you mean? Rugby's sick. And Alona Maher, America's national treasure. America's national treasure.
She's going to win Dancing with the Stars.
I don't think she'll win, but she'll.
I'll let you guys talk pop culture.
I think she gets. I think she gets kicked off this week. I think Chandler Kinney or Joey Grazadell wins it, but neither here nor there. Let's continue not talking about Dance with the Stars. Oh, I agree. I think Alona's fantastic.
Oh, that's great. All right. From Tay, this is kind of addressing the other trade question. It says they could also do McBride and Debo for Mixon and Schultz.
How many tight ends do you fucking have?
Well, at least this way they're only getting one back versus two. So you'd be essentially getting McBride in replacing Evan Ingram here in trading the dead asset in Schultz, and then you're trading Mixon for Debo at that point, which I would not do.
So you already have 3 okay. Which side do I want? I want the Joe Mixon side, probably, right? I don't know. No, McBride and Debo. I want the McBride and Debo side.
Yeah, McBride's been so good. Wait, is this the same guy who's trying to get Bowers?
Yeah, that's why. Like, how I'm lost how many tight ends he has on the roster, but regardless, I want the McBride and Debo side.
Yes. Agreed.
Wow, you would give up Mixon for that? I guess, yeah. I mean, it's 2 for 1, and you're getting 2 really good assets.
Yeah, I mean that's what I see is fair. 2 for 1. So, but he would be getting Mixon. That's what I'm saying.
He's getting Mixon.
Yeah, stay put.
Oh, I thought. Wait. Oh fuck! I'm so confused right now.
Yeah, I'm lost too. Regardless, no, just pick a side. McBride and Debo. That's the side you want.
Yeah.
I love Joe Mixon. Thank you, everybody. I said this every show. Thank you, everybody that dropped him to RB32 before the start of the year. You're my favorite people in the world. I have him in 3 of my leagues. Those are my best leagues. You still want McBride and Debo. Dalton Schultz is horrible.
Yeah, agree.
Agreed. All right. Full PPR. You going Tucker Kraft, Dawson Knox, or Will Dissly?
Dawson Knox.
Yep. Yep. Spoiler alert. We're gonna say Dawson Knox for most tight end questions this week.
Yeah, this is true. All right. From Woods Girl, is Adam Thielen worth picking up and stashing at all? He's quote unquote listed as the wide receiver 1 on the depth chart. You do not, in any way, shape, or form, need to waste a roster spot on Adam Thielen.
Fucking Xavier Leggett, baby.
Yeah, Leggett is the one that you want.
You know how about football. That's all you need. That's who you want on your team. That's who you want on your team. That guy.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
That's a spot-on Xavier Leggett impression, if you ask me.
Right? From Jerry, you going Aaron Rodgers, Tua Tagovailoa, or Anthony Richardson this week, Susan?
Tua.
God, I hate this. This is horrible. Yeah, Tua. He has the most upside.
Yeah.
Tua has the most upside. Don't like it.
I'm sticking with I've got AR as top 12 this week, so I'm going to go him. I don't love it with all these, but I don't think Tua is going to have much of an opportunity. So
you're not going to have much of an opportunity, man.
All right. Next one from Twitch. Darnell Mooney, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Michael Pittman Jr. are their wide receivers. I'm playing Mooney, but the other 3 this week are not looking too well. Who would you play?
Williams.
No one. Just kidding.
Mike Williams.
Yeah. Mike Williams.
Touchdown upside.
Yeah, that's where I would go. Mooney Williams.
Yeah, easy. Josh, you running a
Mike, I don't know what the hell's going on behind me right now.
You're running ridiculous. A kids murdering ring behind you? What is happening back there?
All right.
Sounds like a bird.
Traded.
Yeah, it sounds like angry parrots.
No. It's my dog. Traded Sam Darnold and Garrett Wilson for Jaden Daniels, Devontae Adams, Marvin Harrison. Thoughts? Susan.
You got better at quarterback, worse at receiver?
The rest of season schedule for Harrison is going to get better. So hopefully he and Kyler can put it together. And you can get at least the difference between what Daniels and Darnold was. You're not going to get Garrett Wilson, but you might be able to make up just a little more. So I'm not against it. The Jaden Daniels, Marvin Harrison side is fine. I'm not against it. I don't love losing Garrett Wilson, but I'm okay with it.
I mean, at this point, is Jaden Daniels an upgrade over Sam Darnold?
Yes, Sam Darnold.
The way that Jaden Daniels has been playing with the rib injury?
Yes, Sam Darnold's back to being a pumpkin. Everybody stop blowing Sam Darnold. He's back to being a pumpkin.
And the rib injury will hopefully go away. Sam Darnold is not likely to get better. So
Yeah. Jaden Daniels can get better. It's a bruised rib. All he needs to do is rest and heal. He has a long week to do that. So, yeah, fuck. Sam
Yeah, I mean,
Darnold's
it's an
horrible.
upgraded quarterback. I agree. It's the downgraded wide receiver that I don't love. So,
Yeah, I'm still taking the Jaden side.
okay. Another standard scoring. Would you rather have Jalen McMillan or Xavier Legette, Joe?
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. He takes fourth when I say start with Susan, so that's fine. Go for it.
Okay, they're both on a bye, so I'm imagining this is just for the rest of the season. Fucking Xavier Legette, baby.
Yeah. He's
Legette.
the end zone target. He's a big dude.
Yeah, and once Evans comes back, I don't think we're going to see much of McMillan. Anyway.
Ride the fucking horse, baby. Xavier Legette.
There you go.
South Carolina.
Right. Another from Twitch. Also have a flex I'm not too sure of. I think I'm going to be playing Taysom Hill. Also has Zach Charbonnet or any of the previous wide receivers that they mentioned. Let's see.
Sure, I'm fine with Taysom Hill, which is weird to say. But yeah, between Keenan Allen and Michael Pittman, I don't want to start either of them over Taysom Hill, and Zach Charbonnet is not enticing because he's not the RB1. So, yeah, sure, Taysom Hill with no Jamal Williams. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's more volume with Taysom Hill over Mike Williams at that point.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Hill has, plenty of touchdown upside himself because that's why Kamara never scores touchdowns. So, yeah, I like it. All right. Kevin, first-time watcher. Appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're a lot of fun around here. Would you trade Josh Jacobs for Trey McBride? Also has Evan Ingram, and at running back, Jonathan Taylor, Bijan Robinson. It's a full PPR. Joe?
No.
You wouldn't upgrade it tight end?
No, because Evan Ingram turns it on, and it turns it on towards playoff time. Trevor Lawrence will come back fully healthy. Fun fact, Jonathan Taylor has the second highest average yards per game of any running back in the NFL. Did you know that? He's actually not having a bad season. So Jonathan Taylor, I would very much like. He now has a better opportunity to run the football with the threat of Anthony Richardson. Yes, is it an upgrade with McBride? 100%. I'm not looking to upgrade a tight end and lose Josh Jacobs. I'll upgrade a tight end and lose the fourth wide receiver on my roster. I'm not looking to lose Josh Jacobs, who you can consistently plug into your lineup. I understand the want and maybe the need to just not have to worry about the tight end position week to week. I get that. And if you want that, sure, that's totally fine. But to me, Evan Ingram's going to be fine in 2 weeks, and you can stream the position for the next 2 weeks. That's what I see.
I disagree. I would do that.
No.
Because Jacobs he's averaging, mostly it finishes in the 20s. And when you can get the positional advantage at tight end that McBride
is. There's no positional advantage of the tight end position anymore. I don't think it's a positional advantage.
Against when you have the number 3 guy versus Ingram, who is playing with Mac Jones, and are they going to rush him back? They know their season is basically done.
They've already
said he's going to lose his job.
They've already said after the bye week that Trevor Lawrence is expected to come back and play the rest of the season.
I don't trust it. I would do this.
I'll bring up this comment from Steven that there's
and that's
been
why I just said that.
Whispers about Trevor Lawrence potentially being out the rest of the season. So
coaches lie, though.
Yeah, that's
why?
Just...
Oh, 100% they do. 100% they do.
No, I wouldn't be worried about that. I stream the position.
Yeah, I mean, you can build a winning streamer. I mean, I understand the idea of getting, one of the better tight ends, but also for what Trey McBride is doing, he hasn't even scored a touchdown this year.
Exactly.
It's PPR, so it masks it. But
Evan Ingram is scoring on average 2 less points per game than Trey McBride. This is not the upgrade you think it is.
Yeah, I think for me the biggest thing is by giving up Jacobs, you're basically losing a flex, right? So who is taking over in your lineup for Josh Jacobs? Because we know that McBride is taking over for Evan Ingram, right? So, I mean, if you're gaining, it's 2+ points per game over, McBride from Ingram, how much are you losing going from, Jacobs to whomever's on your bench? That, to me, is the biggest question here.
I have something else to add. If you take out week 1 where Evan Ingram was hurt early on in that game, he averages 12.3 points per game. That puts him 5th amongst tight ends. You want to know who's 4th? Trey McBride at 12.9. They're the same player. To me, it's not an upgrade. It's really not that much of an upgrade.
I guess I just don't trust that Lawrence is really coming back.
And that's totally fine. I respect that. That's totally fine and understandable to be skeptical of that. I am a tight end hater. I do not think that position wins you anything.
So Kevin does chime in. He's stacked at wide receiver, and Jacobs is on the bench. So basically, he's starting wide receivers in that flex spot.
Okay, then I get situation all matters. Then that if you have played Josh Jacobs once or twice this year, you're never playing him. Then this makes sense. So yes, then this fully makes sense that you're never playing Josh Jacobs. Yeah, set it and forget it at tight end. They've already had their bye week, so set it and forget it.
There you go.
Totally, yeah.
That's why context matters.
Yeah, trade context very much matters.
Yeah.
Because now I'm fine. If Josh Jacobs has never played for you this year, great.
There you go.
There's no reason. Yeah.
All right, from Potato Juice. God, I love some of these
what
handles
weird,
on Twitch.
With the Shrek profile picture makes it better.
Best pickup at wide receiver this week. I will try to breeze through this. If anybody has any options, by all means, throw them in.
Let's see.
We have a waiver wire show that we do every Tuesday morning where we go through a lot of these options at wide receiver. Highlighted by our esteemed Britt Flynn, who does our waiver wire column this week. Yeah. She brought up Quentin Johnston and Adonai Mitchell. Obviously, the switch back to Anthony Richardson probably puts a damper on Adonai Mitchell.
Sure.
But we also talked pretty highly about Ricky Pearsall, who's roughly 75% available.
Dog.
Rashad Bateman's 85% available.
Gross.
Demarcus Robinson, 75% available. Cedric Tillman is still out there in 50% of leagues.
Dog.
Pop Douglas, 70% available.
Gross.
John Mechie, 99% available.
Fucking that's King John Mechie to you. I beat cancer, John Mechie. All right, put some fucking respect on that name.
Jalen Coker on a bye this week, but also 90% available. There's plenty of options out there. So
okay.
I do like Quentin Johnston. I know there's a lot of hate about, most of his points have come off busted coverages, blah, blah, blah. Justin Herbert is throwing the football. He's going to continue to throw the football. Quentin Johnston will be very involved. If anybody else has any wide receivers they would also like to name, all ears.
No, you hit the guys I was going to say. I don't know why Elijah Moore's getting hate. He has been getting targets. If you need a late pickup and like a lot of those guys are gone, Elijah Moore, I think, has a good week. So, Susan, also, if you're still able to hear us, you are frozen. Head out and come back. Finish it out with us. No, you hit all the guys I was going to say.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing else to add there.
All right. Knox or Henry? This has been a pretty common one. Yeah, this is Dawson Knox.
Big Cock Knox. I don't know if that's his nickname.
All right, another one from Woods Girl. Bears defense seems not so great anymore. Thoughts on them? I know a couple of their guys are injured, but so much of a downturn.
Yeah, it really sucks when your best player just decides to fuck up a Hail Mary and completely destroy the morale and everything on your team. They're not that good. They weren't that good to begin with. They had good linebackers. They had a solid pass rush. Their secondary was not good to begin with. Jaquan Brisker's been out. He's been their guy in the secondary, and he hasn't been there. Bears defense is not good anymore until they prove it otherwise, that they can get to the quarterback and stop the run again. They will not be good.
Yeah. What you said.
Mm-hmm.
All right, from Sylvester, you going Audric Estime or Quentin Johnston?
Johnston.
Yeah, I would go Johnston here as well. Settings notwithstanding, but Kareem Hunt or Brian Thomas Jr. at the flex?
Hunt.
Yeah, I would go Hunt here as well.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, pull up the next question. I'm trying to respond to Susan here real quick.
Sure. Nick the Kick, 17, pick 2, Dobbs, BTJ, Estime, Douglas. That is a rough-looking room. I will go Dobbs, Estime. against my will. But Dobbs
that's
and
what I would do as well. It's not sexy, but Brian Thomas Jr. without Trevor Lawrence, I really don't want anything to do with. Pop Douglas, there's some volume there, but it seems to be mostly Hunter Henry in that passing room.
It is. Even Austin Hooper's been getting looks and targets, so that's kind of scary.
Yeah. All right. No, this is not a start sit, but hey, we're here for you. Questions. That's what we do. We answer any questions. Would you trade Bijan and Travis Kelce to get Jalen Hurts and Justin Jefferson?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in a vacuum, I would do this in a heartbeat. Yeah.
In a heartbeat.
I mean, do you need Jalen Hurts? I don't know. Maybe you've got another really good quarterback, and Jalen Hurts is just nothing at that point.
No, you can take Jalen Hurts because he's replacing all the non-rushing work Bijan Robinson's leaving behind. So
Bijan's doing enough in the air, though. He's RB3 on the season.
Yeah, and Jalen Hurts is scoring enough touchdowns on the ground to make up for it. So,
I mean, that's fair. If Josh Allen's your quarterback, you still making this trade?
No, but
that's the point I'm getting at.
But there's no way this person's asking this question if Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson's their quarterback. There's no way. So I'm refusing to believe that. I'm refusing to believe that. Yeah, refusing to believe that.
All right, I think we got Susan back.
She's back.
Yes. There we go.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right. All right, from Ray. Start one in a standard. It's 6 points per passing touchdown. You going Taysom Hill, Jonnu Smith, or Hunter Henry at tight end, Susan?
I think I'd go Smith here. Him or Henry. I gotta look. I want to look at my rankings.
I'm stuck on the fact that this person might have 5 tight ends on their roster.
That's a little rough.
I will, in a standard, I will go Hunter Henry. Taysom Hill is the highest touchdown upside, but I was
going to say, and I love that they put 6 points per passing touchdown when they say Taysom Hill in this question.
Yeah, so Taysom Hill, he doesn't have the volume that Henry has, so that's why I'll lean Henry. If this was PPR, I would go Jonnu Smith. But I'm going Hunter Henry.
See, if it's standard, I'm going to roll Taysom Hill. I think with the rushing and everything else that boils down to it, I think, truthfully, among these three, he does have the highest touchdown upside.
Sure.
Very easily get burned.
Will he get quarterback reps?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, he could not, but he's going to get running back reps because they don't have an RB2. And he steals a lot of touchdowns from Alvin Kamara. So there's that. All right, from Stonks. Traded George Pickens and Josh Downs for Mike Evans. They're 8-2. The win for them? Susan.
He also mentions that Downs doesn't start.
Sorry, read the question. Pickens
and Downs for Mike Evans. He says Downs doesn't start in his team, so it's really Pickens for Mike Evans. I'm okay with this.
I mean, I'm okay.
I think that could go
love
either
George
way.
Pickens' schedule rest of the season. So
yeah, I think I would keep Pickens, but it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I'm okay either way. Mike Evans is going to be more consistent volume. Pickens is going to have a lot of opportunities, and there's not many people that can go up with him right now and contest him in catches. So
that's fair. All right, you going Cortland Sutton or Calvin Ridley? Joe.
Sutton.
Yeah, he's been getting touchdowns. Yeah, I think I'd go Sutton here too. I like the matchup better.
Yes.
Yeah, this week it's definitely Sutton for me. Yeah, against Falcons. All right. What are we doing with Jordan Mason and Brian Thomas Jr.? Susan.
In what context? Keeping them on our roster, starting them?
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Just
we've been getting a lot of Jordan Mason questions over the last couple of weeks, especially with Christian McCaffrey coming back. Mason had only 1 carry this past week, so I feel like people are just like,
I'm keeping them both.
Oh, you're keeping them both 100%. You have to keep Jordan
I'm
Mason.
Keeping both because if CMC goes back down, drop Mason, and if Lawrence comes back, don't drop BTJ either. You just got to hold at this point.
Yeah, you're holding on to Jordan Mason, or you're selling him to the CMC owner for like a wide receiver 3 or a wide receiver 4, and you're holding on to Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah.
with hopes Trevor Lawrence comes back after the bye. There you go. Yep.
Could not have said it better. All right, from Rayshawn, you going Mark Andrews or Tucker Kraft this week? Joe?
Andrews.
Oh, yeah, it's tough. I'll go. I want to. My first thought was Tucker Kraft, but I'm gonna go Kraft. They're both really good.
I think you're gonna
matchups.
see more points from the Ravens
That's fair.
generally than you will from higher scoring games. So that's leading to my Andrews answer.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's Tucker Kraft for me.
Yeah.
All right, I'm guessing this is or not it, but Jordan Love or Sam Darnold this week? Susan?
Jordan Love.
Yeah, I would go Love as well. But
Yeah, I worry about Darnold.
Okay.
All right, we got a couple more. Real quick,
Oh
and we
no!
lost Susan.
We lost her again. Fucking Wi-Fi.
I'm saying. All right, we got a couple more to close this out. From Connor, pick one flex, one running back. It's a PPR. Rico Dowdle, Audric Estime, Taysom Hill, Ricky Pearsall, James Cook.
James Cook, Ricky Pearsall.
Yeah, that's where I would be going as well. Let's see what Susan thinks. Susan, you going one running back, one flex, and a PPR. Rico Dowdle, Audric Estime, Taysom Hill, Ricky Pearsall, James Cook.
Gosh, that's hard. I think I want to be able to play Cook, but the matchup is just so bad. So that's hard. Oh man.
Rico
I think I would
Estime,
go
bad
Hill
matchups.
and Pearsall, especially if
You need a running back. That's the thing.
oh dang it.
Yeah.
Okay, well I think I would still play Cook over Estime.
I love that we're completely omitting Rico Dowdle as we rightfully should. So yeah, Cook. I said Cook and Pearsall.
Yeah, that's where I would go as well.
Yeah, same train.
But you got to keep your brain know that Cook it may not be great because the matchup's so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, Texans D or Dolphins D, Joe?
Texans. They looked good last week.
And Dallas sucks.
Mm-hmm. So
Dolphins are playing the Raiders though, right?
Texans. The Raiders still can, I think, throw a surprise in there. I don't think the Cowboys can. Texans.
Is you starting?
Texans
sense.
have more playmakers.
Makes sense to go with Texans. I'm just going through facts in my brain.
Oh yeah, the Texans have more playmakers. So.
Yep, agreed. All right, quick shout out to Tay. Appreciate you, man.
Tay. Wow, you guys have been
Always
great
fun
today.
answering questions. Absolutely love
awesome today.
Shout out to Woods Girl. Hey, this show and coffee on a Saturday morning, I'm honored.
From Oregon. Wow, she gets up early with us. Yay.
Right? Yeah, that is kind of early.
Love that.
Appreciate that. Always love it. Love it. All right, rest of the season, you going Kate Otten or TJ Hawkinson? Susan.
Ooh. I think I'd go Otten. I worry about Darnold pumpkining.
Hell yeah. I think we had this question on Wednesday, and I said Kate Otten, and you and Ryan said TJ Hawkinson.
Yeah.
So, I mean, look, how they're targeting Hawkinson, it makes sense, but I said the same thing that Susan just said. Sam Darnold is pumpkining, and that's scary.
I mean, that's fine. Hawkinson still had 16 fantasy points last week when DJ and Darnold had 3 interceptions. So,
yeah.
Well, and Godwin's not coming back at all. So
Otten's going to be the number 2 target and not be instead of being the number 1. But so Hawkinson's in the same boat essentially.
Correct.
So I'll go Otten.
quarterback.
I think they're pretty neck and neck, truthfully. I trust Hawkinson
Yes.
more because he's more established and he's done it.
And that's totally fine.
Yeah. All right, one more from Tay. Bucky Irving and Dalton Schultz for McBride.
Yes.
Now that's a trade, hands down, I would make.
100%.
You keep your better assets, and you get even if it's a small upgrade from McBride to Ingram, that's fine by me. I love Bucky, but Rashad White is still quote unquote king in that backfield.
Yeah, he's still a thing, and he's still getting the touchdown.
I have to
on the goal
imagine
line.
you have other guys you can play over
Bucky.
Bucky. So yeah, that's fine. I don't love it, but yeah, that's fine.
And last one from over here on YouTube. You going James Cook or Nick Chubb? It's PPR. We'll start there before we get to the wide receivers.
I'm gonna go Chubb.
Chubb.
Yeah, Chubb for me. I think this is the bounce back that we've been waiting for with Chubb, and Cook's matchup sucks. Flowers, Shakir, McConkey. Who we sitting? Susan.
Flowers, Shakir, and McConkey. Ooh, that one's hard. I think I'm gonna sit McConkey. Joe's face, he does not like that. With Cooper out, Shakir and Knox are going to be the targets because Coleman is out.
Agreed.
And Flowers, Flowers is the upside play there.
Oh, agreed. Yeah, my sit is Shakir because I'm not a big Zay Flowers fan, but he does have the most upside of these guys. I'm a giant Lad McConkey fan. I'm also a big Khalil Shakir fan. But I think we're discounting Mac Hollins. They are targeting him, and he has been efficient with those targets. And they're rotating through running backs, so they can kind of use them anywhere they want. In this, I like Shakir this week, but in this situation, Flowers and McConkey. Shakir is the best floor.
Shakir as well.
Shakir has the best floor. He's a guaranteed 10 points. But Flowers and
they're
McConkey,
honestly, they're all pretty similar as wide receivers, not even just physically speaking, but also in their respective roles on the team. So
yes, but Flowers has the lowest floor. Like he could get 2 points.
I agree with that. But his upside's better than any of them.
Oh, his upside's 30. Yeah, like that's easily. And McConkey's like a good 6 or 8, but then he can also go for 20 or 25, especially against the Bengals where they're going to have to throw to stay in that game.
Yep, 100%. All right, and that'll do it. 87 minutes later. Susan, appreciate you powering through all of the internet issues. And
Sorry about that, guys.
You're good. Really quick, I do want to apologize for your Instagram audience. Unfortunately, through this stream, we can't actually see the Instagram questions that come through.
That's okay. I was just one.
Okay. No, that's fine. I just like to try to be transparent as possible. StreamYard doesn't play that nice with Instagram, unfortunately.
Yeah, totally understandable.
But you know what? Feel free to come on over, check us out at Club Fantasy FFL. You can also follow our sister site at women_FF. And of course, check out everything that Susan's working on at Gridiron_Goddess over on Instagram. Joe at Joe_Zollo, and follow his side hustle, the Indie Fuel at
my
Indie
side
Fuel.
hustle, my actual full-time job, my full-time job that I work in sports. Yes, please, professional hockey team.
For Susan, for Joe, I'm Josh. This has been Start Sit Different Day. Follow us on Twitter at Club Fantasy FFL. We'll have a graphic that'll drop probably around 9 a.m. Get any last-minute Start Sit questions over to us. Makai, appreciate you. Really fun to watch. Hey, we like to have fun around these parts. So if you haven't already, hit the like on the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's all fun around these parts. See everybody next week.
All right, bye.